Hello and welcome. My name's Derek. I sell physical media on eBay, make videos about what I buy, sourced videos about what sells, what sold videos. This is what sold video. It's my birthday, only if I was a YouTube channel. But it's my birthday, it's my birthday. I hope I can find a track that's like a birthday song track to make sense for right now. Alright, blow the candles out. 1 year today, well, in like a handful of hours. Actually, I posted my first video like 6, 7 o'clock at night on the 6th last year. My first YouTube video where I go over kind of and it's only like a 3-minute video, so here's a link if you want to go and help that one video out. I really don't remember. I haven't watched it in a while. I just had someone comment on one, or the answering, and there's still the Star Trek background and stuff. And the book I was holding, I want to say is the one by Talmage. Something about the cities. Evil Cities, I'll say is what it was called. I just saw the thumbnail and I was just answering. But even at my first video, you can still kind of see in some of those early videos that even more of full-time being that this is the income for me. This is it. I don't consider it really full-time because I do this for, I haven't gone out and sourced I've only sourced a couple times in 3 weeks, a handful of times, probably not even a handful of times. So if we're not going to count all that in there, if I go by on how much I actually work, I did a day in between packaging and doing sell similars, or even the days when I listed the newer things I had got, that might be 20 hours a week for the past 3 weeks, roughly. Each day I'm only pretty much spending 3-4 hours in between the packaging and the sell similars. The sell similars don't really take long. And then after that, I might tinker around with something here and there or look something up. But yeah, the actual tangible physical work is 2 to 3 hours a day if I'm not sourcing, putting up new things. There's a few aspects to, well, if I haven't really sourced a whole lot in the past 3 weeks, the total amount of new listings of things I have sourced might be 40. Might be 40 in 3 weeks, when usually I would be putting up 30 a day, if not 150 a week. Well, yeah, probably about that. It could be 120 to 150 a week. And still, all I'm doing, since I'm not putting up new listings, is what I'm doing is sell similars. And the past 30 days, I want to say the past 30 days as of now is maybe 12,700 or 12,800. The month before that was maybe a little less, maybe 11,000 and change. One of the points that I'm trying to make here is I don't want people to walk away with a concrete thought, be like, well, Derek, he didn't really go out and source for 3 weeks, and he barely listed anything new, and he still put out 25,000 in sales. A part of that is having those higher dollar items that I did source. But the kind of misconception, I think, that this kind of helps to corroborate debunking that misconception is that you have to put up new listings every single day in order to stay relevant, in order to stay active. Refer to what I just said a minute and a half ago. I've put up maybe 40 new listings in the past 3 weeks since I had my surgery. I haven't really gone out. I was low energy after the surgery. For the day after or 2 days after, I felt really good. And I went local, maybe 2 stores. Went to Discovery Shop on their 50% sale. And I've gone to a couple other ones, and I went to Beulah. Trying to think if I went out to any, but altogether, it was probably 40 items that I put up and listed in 3 weeks. So the ratio of, let's just say if I do 25 a day, 5 days a week, that's 150. 3 weeks, that's 400 change. We take that 50. I've done 1/9 to 1/10 the amount of listing work during the time frame that I've had the highest sales month. Even if I take out $2,000 for those books, that's still a whole lot of sales for me not putting up a whole lot of new things. And then of recent, I've been planning on wanting to go again, but then got a head cold. Feeling a little better. I could go somewhere today. However, I'll do all that planning for tomorrow because I want to go out to that estate sale that the guy is having that business estate sale where I got all the cassettes at. He's having one, and it's about a half hour from here, actually. But the easier way to think about it is if you have stuff to list it. If you can go out and source, and then list the stuff. But don't break your back, break your time, break your patience. Trying to get 50 things up, 100 things up a day because you have those things. As long as you have things that stand a good chance to sell, you don't really have to list every day. Now, that goes against everything that I say in a lot of my videos. However, this makes for a pretty good epitome that I really haven't done much in the past 3 weeks. And still, take those books out, that's still a $2,000, or take the $2,000 books out, that's still a $10,000 month, 30 days. So to go all the way back to the first video, I don't remember exactly what it is, but I think I just kind of showcased some of the higher price things. Those higher price things, I mean, they are out there. The odds of finding $50 to $100 physical media items are way, 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 way more common to me. Now, granted, I've never really been an avid clothing seller. And granted, there's way more clothing than there is physical media. So I don't know how long it really takes to go through a whole bunch of clothing to really find those. Your total sale amount is going to be $50. So you may charge $45 plus 5 shipping, the totality of what the sale was for. To find those $50, $80, $100 items, when I go out sourcing, there's going to be at least $100+ item for the most part every single time I go out sourcing. And then it's going to be a little spattering of $50, $60, $70 items. And then a lot of bread and butter, 15 to 25, and then stuff in between. For the price I pay for, you could refer to my sourcing videos, is probably $1 and change average for the stuff. That my average, I looked it up like 3-4 days ago now. Average sale price is like $30. Keep in mind, that's free shipping. So average sale price minus that free shipping is still like $25. So paying a dollar average, and if you do all the fees on what that would, don't consider any sort of promoted, if it's all promoted, or any sort of international click fees off-site. If you consider all that, 450, 10, take that from there, that's still a little under, a bit under 20, but over 15. That can always vary, but every single item that's going out by average is $15 net. So send out 10 a day. It's 150 after fees, after shipping. So to answer, I believe the name was Veronica or Vanessa on the older video. If you're watching this one, there's a cliche I use, but I'm not. It is easy to work with. It is easy to ship, and there's a great ROI in it. So that is a 10-minute intro, almost all about me. Well, about my channel and me. It is a what's sold video. So let's find out what's sold. All right. Feeling a little better in the past few days. Still a little congested, but feeling better. All right. Never Cry Wolf DVD 17. And there's something else I wanted to bring up too. I don't remember now. Either way. All right. So this, not that, this. Best of Lou Reed, Walk on the Wild Side. Sealed. One of the ones I got from the estate sale. This is not a major winner, but $13. So for, after what I paid, how many listings I got, not even 30 cents per item is what I paid. So 30 cents. So if I paid 30 cents for those cassettes that sold for $300 each, instantly, mind you, 30 cents for those, that's, so that's great ROI on that stuff. Johnstown Flood. So this is a library bind with all this printing right here. It's a perma. So I actually took this down. This was one of the things that I relisted a few days ago that I was doing some just repricings on. So it's a big enough and well enough known title. And it does have some sort of inscription on it. For Bob, Christmas 2001, a Johnstown homeboy. So I don't know if it was just purchased for either way. But it is a permabound hardcover or a library hardcover, library bind. So I repriced it, brought it down to like $72, $73, whatever it was. Someone came in, I think the next day, picked it up for $65. Yes. So I sold one of these new a while ago. I don't know if it was this exact one. So one of these new a while ago for well over $100. All right, so this one went for 50 something, 59. All right, so this has, like you can see on here, Mortal Kombat 3, Terminal Velocity, which is like if you mix Star Fox in the N64 game F-Zero, it's kind of what Terminal Velocity is like. Duke Nukem, Dark Forces, and a whole bunch of other games, all on one disc. But yeah, 59. Feel a sneeze coming on. Houses of the Holy on Zeppelin. Got this one to listen to in the car. There's a non-barcode. I have a year on here. It reads 1973, but you know what? And CDs went around in 1973. Listened to it in the car for a little while. Got done with it. Listed it. So free music for me, but sold for $13. This David Darling, someone came in with a counter offer for $10, and then I was listed for like 15, 16. Knowing that this is one that I got at Lee Road for like 70 cents when they were closing. I went ahead and looked. I've had it since I want to say February, March or so. And I came in and then I was like, you know what? That few extra bucks I'm not going to fret over. But let's go ahead and see if I could get a few more bucks. So I went ahead and searched in Terapeak. There's like one that has sold in 3 years. So am I going to turn down a $10 sale for something that only one has sold in 3 years? Nope. So take it. It's going international too. That could have been why they offered a little less, but there's not much of a sales history to really go the value on. All right, this Ecstasy Skylarking cassette. Another one I got from that estate sale. I mean, you got to think I listed well over 200 cassettes, most of them sealed. 19 for this one. And Charles Mingus, Blues and Boots, Roots. Blues and Roots, $10. It was probably listed for, I don't know. I mean, this is why, I mean, if I were to get stuff that sells for 10, I don't know, I was listed at 11.23, so the 10 I'm not worried about it. But very consistently sells for 10, and someone comes in for a very, very low offer for 8. Or I'm running a sale and it eventually sells for 7. Yeah, I can still make a buck, but I'm not making a living on selling those. I'm that's not my living, is to sell those ones like that. There's plenty out there, and if you're making money, that's what matters. I mean, any any sort of profit, doesn't matter the amount, is money. It's profit. All right, so that's 228 in sales, 205 product cost received. And if you're new, product cost received just means that's the price that the person saw that it was listed for, they paid for it, and if they had to pay any sales tax or any bets or anything, that price I don't mention when I mention individual prices. When I mention the totality, that's the total amount that's going to include bets and sales tax, and then the product cost received is just that's what the price that they saw. That's then they paid something. If they send in an offer, it's going to differ a little on that, but still, that's what they paid. Anything subsequent is not in that $10, right? So, still quite a bit horse. HOA, horrors. I can feel it raspy. It's snowing. It is 35. It's supposed to be too warm. I mean, I really would like to get out. However, it does help it does help to have the sales that I am having right now. They're going to start to dwindle for a couple days, maybe. And then next week is when they'll really start to be picking up, because people want to order, make sure they have stuff at home for Christmas and stuff for the holidays. Aside of that, I would like to go out, but there's no need to really, really, really go out. Now, tomorrow, I'm not going to miss that chance. So to go to that estate sale, and again, by looking at the video, what I believe was the name Ian on a dust jacket, and it could be the side of an H, it could be the side of an E, it could be the side of a D. I don't know. But what looked like Ian, and I stopped it and tried to see what I could. I couldn't make it out. That's what it looks like. If it happens to be a bunch of 007, and then he had a bunch of other bigger books, or other books of bigger topics. So I'll take some cash out, at least go there and see what happens. But a little lower on the sales day, but still enough to make a video. Let's see. Still can't think of that other thing I wanted to bring up. So, happy birthday to Secondhand MediaMan's YouTube channel. Tell me you think you're going up. Comment down below. Subscribe, share. It's all free. Take a second to help me help you, so we can all help other people learn about selling physical media on eBay. Appreciate it.